I was sure this game was blocked.
And then I picked the wrong state. My hands were shaking. That's why. I know.
I think I'm good.
Because I went upright and then my hand was like shaking. Right again. The hugs are real. I love Dude, I know, man. Really plays well after Caleb did well after. Yeah.
Welcome back to AGDQ 2015. If you don't know what you're watching, you've just tuned in or something. This is Awesome Games Done Quick 2015, a yearly event held in January featuring members of the Speed Demos Archive and Speedruns Live communities. Speed Demos Archive proudly hosts speedruns of over 1,000 games with forums containing speedrunning, planning, and marathon discussions. Speed Demos Archive welcomes gamers old and new alike. You can follow them on Twitter at SDA Speedruns and visit the website at speeddemosarchive.com. And Speedruns Live is the best site to race video games online against other players of all skill levels. They're also hosting a short series of races starting in January 17th titled Get Yourself Speedrunning. You can go visit their front page at speedrunlive.com for more information and to watch a variety of speedrun streams. For more information about Games Done Quick, you can follow Games Done Quick on Twitter and see information about the events at gamesdonequick.com. And that's also where you can donate to the charity of choice for AGDQ, the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And so if you don't know anything about the Prevent Cancer Foundation, it's a nonprofit organization that focuses on prevention and early detection of cancer via research, education, outreach, and advocacy. Their staff has worked towards this goal in countries such as China, South Korea, Australia, Canada, England, and other countries spanning a total of 6 continents. The Prevent Cancer Foundation has invested over $138 million over the last 29 years and funded more than 480 grants and fellowships. Research has shown that up to 60% of cases and 50% of deaths due to cancer are preventable with what we already know, and the Prevent Cancer Foundation is at the forefront of the future by working alongside other groups from across the globe. PCF has also funded over 480 grants, and some of the money from those grants has actually come from money raised from previous AGDQ events. So that's what this is all about. We just finished up the Mega Man X1 race with Caleb Hart, having a hard time saying that, Herb Derp, Domalix, and Baba. And up next we have Mega Man 3 as run by ThatAintFalco. So that should be really awesome. After Mega Man 3, we're going to start the Awful Games Done Quick section of AGDQ, starting off with Rokeman X, Totally Rad, and Floating Runner. So make sure to stay tuned for that. We're going to have some truly awful games for you coming up. There were several donations I was not able to get to during the Mega Man X race because, well, it was pretty hype and there was a lot going on. So let me get to some of those now. Read through some of those for you guys. We got a $50 donation from G Tez, who says, "Thanks to all the runners for keeping all of us entertained and sleep deprived." Hype! Another $50 from an anonymous donor. "It's too bad that I can't stay and watch the race, but good luck to the runners. Hope the TV starts working." Yeah, we had some problems with the TV before the last race, but we got it worked out and had an awesome race. That was so close. We have an anonymous $10 donation. $10 for Mega Man X, the game that defined my 6-year-old life. I've been trying to learn how to speedrun this game, and I'm glad that I get to watch some people do it live. I lost my dad to cancer when I was 10, and he was the one that gave me X. Also, need more hype. I heard a hype from the crowd. Thank you. Zrandin donated $25. I'm so happy to see Mega Man X with all of the hype this year. One of my fondest childhood memories was watching my older brother play Mega Man X, and I still love watching him play games today. AGDQ was the greatest. We got an anonymous $50 donation. The stream can't handle all this hype. What are you, casual? Get out of your way and save the animals. Donovan Stoltz donated $25. Glad to donate, even with the stream down. Glad to see the gamers from around the world come together for a great cause. Congrats to the couple from the Mischief Makers run earlier. Shout out from Prescott Valley, Arizona. And another $100 donation from Kit Sith. I lost my grandma and 2 aunts to the curse of cancer, 2 of which were young with a healthy lifestyle. Let's give All right, sounds like we are back. The stream was down for a little bit. We had a little bit of a picnic, but I think we're all back together now. Let me just read the last couple donations because I'm not sure what actually made it through before the stream went down. Donovan Stoltz donated $25. Glad to donate, even with the stream down. Well, that's a topical donation. Glad to see gamers from around the world come together for a great cause. Congrats to the couple from Mischief Makers run earlier. Shout out from Prescott Valley, Arizona. And a $100 donation from Kit Sith. I lost my grandma and 2 aunts to the curse of cancer, 2 of which were young with a healthy lifestyle. Let's give cancer a run for its money and stop this curse from taking more of our loved ones. Core hype! I am Seth Bling, your current host for AGDQ 2015. I have one more game that I'm sticking around for. It's Mega Man X3, and that's coming up real soon. After this, once again, we're going to have the Awful Games Done Quick section of the marathon, and there's nothing better than just watching some awful games getting speedrun. So definitely stay tuned for that after the Mega Man X3 run. Are the price, is it corrected? Should be. Well, thank you to all the for all the donors who are donating through our Games Done Quick
He's gonna play
website.
it in black and white.
First try, Ellie. Skip.
Oh,
Are we good?
First
sounds
try.
like we may be starting.
Dude, like, you should, like, turn that off. Just probably turn that off.
Hey.
Try it.
I was about to say, I don't
Default.
think you used R dash.
I just chill here.
Do you really?
Rates my ears.
Choose the wrong speed run for the wrong reasons.
Default controls hype.
For all the camos. Everybody moves down. Let's try something random. Here, do this.
All right. Well, while we wait to get started here, let me just remind you that the Games Done Quick website is not the only place to donate to the Prevent Cancer Foundation during Awesome Games Done Quick. You can also
I bet you'd love that.
You can also just subscribe on
The
Twitch.
GameCube Mega Man.
This is so loud.
Whatever. All right, it works.
Good.
Let countdown, see.
Okay.
I'm just ready. I'm ready whenever.
We're doing Tunnel Rhino?
What?
Tunnel Rhino?
Tunnel Rhino.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Yep, let's go.
Give me a countdown for 5.
Let's go, Falco!
Give him a countdown.
All right. 5.
So right off the bat, he saved like a second by mashing the pause button. So cool strats.
It's actually something that is also in the first 2X games.
You want to do a roll call?
Sure.
This is ThatAintFalco who's running it. We got Z-Wing over here.
Hi.
We got Countdown. Got myself as Crack Attack and the Sid. Oh man. The mic's falling off there.
Yeah, man. Same.
So this is the intro stage. As you can see, he's playing on the Japanese version. For Mega Man X3, Japanese version stays approximately 35 seconds. It's a ludicrous amount compared to the amount we save in like X1, which only amounts to about 11 seconds. So this game got a lot of text.
This run is going to be, it's going to be a pretty clutch throughout. He's not going to be getting any of the upgrades, except for the dash boots. And a lot of, especially in the Doppler stages, he can die in just about 3 or 4 hits, so he's got to be very careful about how he moves.
As you can see right there, he did what's called a double tap. Basically, immediately after you do it, jump off a wall. If you can dash again. It's similarly called a 7-pixel jump. It's a way of climbing fast.
Nice.
Yeah, left
The
side.
task left side.
So for this boss fight, you want to shoot him with charge shots at every opportunity, except you want to start with a charge shot and then hit him with a second degree charge shot. and then sometime before the end, you want to hit him with another charge shot. When you do that is dependent on the RNG you get. Like right here. That
Nice.
was
There we go.
No crooked eye percent?
Nope.
Nice.
Yes.
We got a $50 anonymous donation. Second donation of this AGDQ. Been watching and donating since 2013 AGDQ. The last race was too hype and had to throw out some more money towards killing cancer. Keep up the great work.
So the first stage he's going to is called Blizzard Buffalo stage. This stage is just covered in ice, so he's going to use that right there, the way he jumped off those slopes. He carried his momentum, and in addition to the reason he selected this stage is, for one, the boss fight is actually faster to fight with Buster only compared to his weakness. And the second reason is you get a dash upgrade in this. The dash upgrade in Mega Man X3 allows you to not only do a horizontal dash like in Mega Man X2, but it also adds the up dash and nice gap jump. Yes, on two of them. Man, you're going all in. But a gap jump is where you just don't climb the ladder and climb up in the space between the two sides. It's much easier to do so in Mega Man X3 compared to any X game.
Yeah, the insides of the tops of ladders, you can imagine, just kind of are walls in themselves. They just jut out a little bit. And if you do, as Z-Wing was referring to, the 7-pixel jump, if you jump far enough off of the wall, or when you press jump, then you will successfully gap jump.
So very hard fight coming up.
Yeah, he's a little special.
So what's going?
The Forrest Gump.
So what's going on here is every time you jump when he turns around, he doesn't know where you are, so he just naturally runs into a wall. I'm not sure why, but
He's confused.
particularly
Because X3.
Using Blizzard Buffalo's weakness has much longer stun frames, and the fact that you can put him in an infinite loop with Charge Butcher Star makes it faster to do what he just did.
Also, in case anybody's wondering and caught it earlier, this is the first X game in which you can skip the boss intros just by mashing A or start. So we won't watch any of that, like right here. This is Toxic Seahorse, by the way. Do you want to explain a little bit about what any percent is and what he's going to be doing as far as Bit and Bite and Vile and such?
I'll get to those two in a bit, but the category we're doing here is called any percent. Any percent means beat the game as fast as possible. For this game, the fastest possible way of beating the game is skipping all but 2 upgrades. At least for an RTA setting, you get the dash boots, which helps with mobility for a later weapon, and much in a later stage in the game, you get the most powerful weapon called the Z-Saber. We'll talk to that in a little bit. So, Ice Shard is I would call it the most OP weapon in this game. This is one example. See, this mini fight has
The blooper reel is real.
most mini bosses in this game have no invincibility frames. Ice Shard takes the most damage against said mini boss, and as such, you basically just spam it.
Another interesting fact about the Ice Shard is it mostly makes enemies drop health power-ups when you kill them with it. So that's useful for casual
It doesn't even
play.
save time, Falco. What are you doing? But yeah, that second gap jump really does save time. But the first one, I don't know why he does it. Come on.
You don't even need health.
Okay.
He's gonna explain what's about to happen here.
The quick
You're
kill.
gonna wait till after it happens.
I'll wait until after it happens. Very nice fight.
Nice.
So Toxic Seahorse has some wacky invulnerability frames when you hit him with his weakness. The higher up he is when you hit him, the longer his invincibility frames are non-existent. So what he basically does is hits him in the air. Once he falls down, he waits a brief moment and then spans for a certain amount of time. The strat he just pulled off was a very consistent method where he updashes and tries to hit him with the ice at its high point as possible. In which case, he basically does I'm pretty sure it's a 3 cycle, but it's probably 2.5. Now, right here, we're meeting 3 enemies that must be defeated in order to complete this game as fast as possible. Only Bit and Bite are required to beat this game. Vile is an optional boss that you have to fight in his secret stage, which he has to beat him before the 8th Maverick is done. Interesting. He's doing Tiger 3rd. Typically, you can do Tiger stage either 2nd, 3rd, or 4th in the route. It's really preference when you do it. Doing him early gets an RNG point out of the way. And right now I'll wait. So close. So you can actually kill that mini boss before he even goes up to the very top. And as noted earlier, Frost Shield is a very overpowered weapon in this game. Most mini bosses are weak to it. And another interesting property that Frost Shards have is that anytime you hit an enemy that certain enemies, when touched with it, well, destroyed with it, will always drop a health pellet. And coming up, you see this little door animation. Every single Maverick stage has a door. Oh, great, you got him taken care of. So, Vit's weakness, as noted, is also Frost Shard. There's a common theme you see with this weapon. It's your best friend in this run. And the general strat for this fight, and actually the bite strat, is to start off with a regular pellet shot, hit him with ice shard, then finish with a pellet shot. You do this because you only need to scare them off in order to, because you don't, if you kill them both, it affects your Doppler 1 stage, which is the stage after all 8 Mavericks are defeated. So by scaring them off, he can fight a much faster version of that stage. So this is a really weird fight. It's fastest to beat him with just Buster, but he can deflect any charge shot that you take. So to get around this, you just shoot regular busters and then hit him with a charge shot when he's attacking. Anytime he attacks, he loses invulnerability frames. So that's why... Oh, he's got you a dash, but that's bad. So this is why this stage can be done early or late. This game doesn't have as... So that was... What was that, 2 or 3? That was not bad.
No.
Typically, he can just give you 4 or 5, and that just...
Reminder that X3 has no RNG.
Yes, among the X series, this game is noted for having very little RNG. Tiger is one of the points in the run that can pretty much end the run if you're going for a really high time. So Tunnel Rhino stage is, it's preference when you do it. You usually, like most routes will do Tunnel Rhino third, but having a spinning blade, it really doesn't make a difference in this stage. But having acid can help with the backup strat. And usually if you're not comfortable with the route, there's a very easy E-tank in this stage. Oh, in terms of bit and bite, bit will always show up in Maverick stage 3, 4, or 5. You have no choice but to defeat bit before you defeat your 5th Maverick. Once you do that, Maverick stages 6, 7, and 8 will hold bite. So, this, as noted earlier, most mini-bosses have no invulnerability frames. So, if you're really good at mashing, you can just stand inside this guy and do this. That's a really nice fight. Yeah, sometimes that guy can knock you off him as he's going backwards and like shoots his arm out or even claw up to the top of the stage. But if you mash as fast as Falco did, you don't have to worry about that.
We got a $50 donation from No111. Both my parents survived cancer. Glad that early detection worked for them. Second time I've caught AGDQ live. Glad to donate. Hype!
Hype!
I'm liking all these gap jumps, man. Okay, now he's going up against Tunnel Rhino. Tunnel Rhino is, well, when you hit a Maverick with a charge shot, it has less of a stun frame animation than with their weakness. Most boss strats rely on entering the fight with a charge shot and then finishing off with their weakness. Tunnel Rhino's AI pattern becomes much more aggressive later on in the when his health is low. So I think below 1/3 he starts charging you with a invincibility charge, which you cannot damage him at any point during that. But if you get touched by him, it actually lags the game considerably. So this is the 5th Maverick, and this would be the final stage that Big could ever show up in, assuming you do this exact route. So I'm not sure if you can see it on stream, but those are actually lasers. Once you hit their, yeah, that's pretty scary, Falco, man. But those lasers have a little sight, and once you cross it, they'll shoot you. If you can go past fast enough, you won't get hit. But they shift from left to right, so you just gotta go fast, really. Now these enemies right here, when you hit them, they have this weird buffer animation they go through. Oh, he's actually using drill, okay. I thought you were just gonna bust him, man. But using drill actually negates collision detection by approximately, I want to say 20 frames or something. Oh, you're calling at? You sure? You sure? Alright.
Okay.
Oh, nice. So, for this fight, once you take 16 points of damage away from Bulk Catfish, he goes into his animation that you're seeing right now. So what you're meant to do is try to get him into his Triad Thunder animation, and then so you can score off a few more charge shots. I didn't count. How many was that? Too many? Like, this is a fight that we can sort of manipulate, but for the most part, getting 3 drills is a very solid fight, and 4 to 5 is considered standard.
Thank you to Shadebox for a $50 donation. Holy crap, that Tetris. Holy crap, that proposal. Holy crap, these Mega Man races. Holy crap, holy crap. And that was just today. This marathon has been great. Way to start the year. Take all the money and kick cancer's ass. My grandfather could really use the help right now. Thank you.
So this is the Maverick Stage 6. So starting from this stage, Bite will show up randomly. And in addition to Bite showing up, we kind of have to take someone out. And as you know, Vile can only show up in 3 stages, but you have to seek him out. This is the most optimal point to fight him, but the quickest way to even get to him would be to go through Catfish's stage, but that's not possible in the route that we use. It's actually slower just because of a checkpoint. I mean, as you can tell, this game was pretty generous with those healths back there. I mean, they expected you to come to a very, very difficult fight. Also, nice jump there.
Yeah,
That's actually much faster than just grabbing a ladder, because you're really slow unless you have an arm upgrade and leg upgrade. But this is any percent. So for this fight, you're basically letting him hit the wall while you hit him. The basic strat is to hit him with 4 charge shots and then finishing him off with his weakness. However, you must kill Vile. You can't scare him off in order to beat this game as fast as possible. So Vile has 2 weaknesses. This is the first one. The second one is what you get for completing this stage. Easy every time, man.
Easier than the first form?
Are we going to see the legendary 29?
I don't know, man. 8 rolling shields is pretty easy.
So now that you killed Vile, he wants to take you with him. But the only way to avoid this is if you go fast. 50 seconds, which is a very, very generous time limit.
Now, a really cool part about this escape sequence is that if you watch the tasks of this, they like stop in certain places because just to manage the lag, because this section right here is super laggy.
Okay, you got at least 28. 28's a really, really good time. You can actually get a 29, which Falco's actually done several times, and I don't even know how. Like that's ridiculous. You can even get a 29 in RTA. So that enemy must be destroyed in order to get past it. You can't find any other way to get through.
Hardest boss in the game.
So this fight coming up has a similar way of fighting him that we exploited when going up against Seahorse. However, his invulnerability frames last much longer, but the weapon you're using isn't really optimal to spam, but we do have a weapon on us that we can spam. No, nice. So Falco does not use a turbo controller. I mean, at least you hope he doesn't. But for that fight, when you hit him with Triad Thunder, he has 120 frames, which is equivalent to 2 seconds of invulnerability. But you can't make use of all 2 seconds. So what you do is you hit him and manipulate him to do something to leave him vulnerable to like a frontal attack for a few seconds. So that's why spamming a Buster Shot is the best way to deal with him. And Spinning Blade's actually a really good weapon. Like, it's really good at clearing a
Get up there, Mega Man.
It's really good at clearing a stage out. Like, those red mini tank enemies, those are enemies you can't really destroy unless you're giving a lot of time to mash from a distance. So instead, you just hit them with basically 2 spinning blades, since each spinning blade on. You're just going all out with these gaff dumps, man. Like, they don't even save that much time. Like, if you miss them, you lose all the time you'd ever save in a run. But I mean, I guess you gotta go fast. And for this up climb, you could do it several ways, but this is a really easy way to do with spinning blades, since it's a weapon that can actually destroy things, and it doesn't really, like, both of the spinning blades will usually collide with one thing. So, coming up is another difficult boss fight, and as such, you do have to enter with a charge shot to it only saves like maybe half a second in terms of waiting, but you need to save all the time you can in this game. So this beetle, he'll always his AI will always allow you to get a charge shot off when you enter, and every time you hit him with his weakness, his pattern basically changes. Sometimes he goes invincibility for a frame. Oh, inside, nice. But he'll go invincible, but when you hit him with his weakness, his invincibility goes away.
We got a $10 donation from Christopher M. Awful GDQ hype. I hope the games are extra awful this year. Me too.
So coming up is Blast Tournament, which is the 8th Maverick in this game. If you've noticed, he did not fight Bite yet. He cannot complete this game without fighting Bite. So he will have to fight him in the first set of doors that come up. And he'll use a stretch similar to how he... Dude, that was actually a really, really tough jump to do in 80%. Like, you have the up dash, but he decided he wanted to save a half second, so... Now, this is the first mini-boss of this stage. It's some weird 3D spired thing. That's all I can think of. And its weakness is acid. And the cool thing about the acid is you can control whether it goes straight in a like small loop or it goes straight up or down. And as you notice, it actually dropped a weapon refill. The weapon is similar to Frost Shield, except it has a higher frequency of dropping weapon energy. So this is Bite. His weakness is, at least in this fight, will be Drill. And each drill will have to hit him multiple times. But he has this weird magnet pull ability, and he'll try to just basically sandwich you. And the quick pause that Falco did there was to cancel out the drill animation. Otherwise, it would basically destroy Bite, which is an additional... Okay, so that's basically for safety. As you can see, Frost Shield gives your health back. But destroying Bite has him blow up for about 15 seconds, Like, when enemies blow up in this game, it induces a ton of lag, and bosses are no exception.
Get a time after this Maverick.
Yeah, if you could get a time after he kills this Maverick.
Yeah, just a little check to see how he's doing, I guess. Now, this weapon is actually not Blast Hornet's weakness. His weakness is Gravity Well, which he just got from, Gravity Beetle. But this weapon is, since it's not his weakness, does not have that much stun frame animations, and you can hit him with it quite a bit.
2750.
What is it?
2751.
2751. Not bad.
So he completed all 8 Mavericks in this game, which will unlock the Doppler stages. And the way he did the stages actually set him up to have an optimal Doppler 1 stage and a Doppler 2 stage, which allows him to increase his offensive capabilities.
We got a $14 donation from Fenrir227. Love what you guys are doing. I watch AGDQ every year. It's something I look forward to all year. Keep it up, guys.
So one thing you probably noticed in this game is that the music is really good. Like, like this is my favorite soundtrack in any of the Mega Man X series.
Agreed.
Yes. Parasitic Bomb actually allows you to completely negate certain enemies' hitboxes. Don't lie, you know you like it too.
No, I was waiting for him to go for that gap jump. That's why I'm laughing.
Yes. This fight right here is weird because it is a very slow enemy, and once you defeat it, you actually lose your walking or dash animation. You have to actually walk. So we have a way around it. Oh. That happens sometimes. So what he was trying to do was dash over him and shoot him with Frost Shield twice, which gets him closer to the right side so he can spend less time walking.
Yeah, there's a forced walking little to the cutscene there.
Falco says he was holding down, but yeah, I know better.
So had he obliterated Bit and Bite, this boss door would actually be shifted upwards, and you would have had to fight some weird garbage disposal machine that I don't even think I can beat. It's really hard. And instead you fight this thing, which is a fusion basically.
No, I believe it's 2 hits in this fight, and you're dead in any percent. Is that correct?
If he grabs you, you're just dead. With his hands there.
That was a really scary fight, Falco. So Falco's health in that fight was basically, if he got touched, he was dead.
Yeah.
And
I actually can't see the health bar, so that's even crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know why he decided to get real close and barely dodged his fist. That was really scary. Now, this stage, the layout is the same no matter what, but the background and some of the terrain is different depending on your choice, depending on whether or not you killed Vile or just either ignored him or just let him live. And one of the main differences is there is no water in the other route. And that's what you can do. Oh wow, nice auto turn.
Nice.
Now, he's switching to Zero because Zero's a really good guy and likes to help out. And Zero being such a good friend is going to help him take care of some bug problems. Now, we don't know why that happens actually. Usually when you kill this bug, sometimes he can instantly just, I guess, collapse, and other times he just decides to, I guess, mess with you. But right now, Zero decided to help you, and he's like, I can't go on, so won't you take my really overpowered sword? And there you go. That's how you get the strongest weapon in this game.
And so
I'm kind of gonna give Falco some serious time here.
Oh yeah.
Spikes, please.
So also a thing to note about the Z Saber is you can use it as soon as you get a yellow charge. So that just makes it even more powerful.
We got a $25 donation from Kona Recon. Gotta go fast. Gap jump, hope.
Oh.
Abort. Oh, nice.
Nice save.
So there's several things I want to go over about what just happened there. The first thing you notice is he was actually jumping in midair after he dashed, and then he was able to re-dash again. What he just did was a saber jump into an extra air dash. Anytime you do a saber jump, you regain the ability to dash. A really nice fight, actually. Like, you got way too close to his hitbox for comfort there.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
The heart attack percent.
But yeah, that spike wall skip is pretty much why you need to go to Blizzard Buffalo first to get his item. It can be done in a low percent setting, but it's not something humans can really do. So you essentially chain air dashes and Z-Saber jumps along with damage boosting, which is taking damage so that your invincibility frames last while you're touching a instant kill panel, which is in this game spikes. And that allows him to skip the stand on a snail for about a minute climb. Like the skip, I believe, saves approximately 45 seconds, so it is very worth going for. Now, I don't know if he's like just showing off or what, but just doing that fight where he looks away and hits with a saber is actually faster, so it looks nice and it actually saves time.
Yeah, the saber hits behind him as well, just by a little bit.
Now he chose Blast Hornet first because he's the closest in order, but he chose the rest is just really preference now. And nice quick kill. So we just talked earlier about how Acid Seahorse's invincibility frames work. So when he hit him with the Z-Saber, he was during his no invulnerability frame period. So he was doing 16 frames of damage, like 16 pixels of damage per frame that his Z-Saber's in, which was well more than 2 frames. And Blizzard Buffalo is as difficult as ever. As noted, looking away and hitting the Z-Saber saves time.
We got a $25 donation from an anonymous donor. Greetings from Finland.
So, Bulk Catfish, as noted, its animation, he goes into a very aggressive animation when he gets below 16. But if you're just fast, you don't have to worry about him going into the middle and becoming invincibility. Because you cannot take him out of his invincibility state unless you use tornado drills. And that was a really good pattern, man. You're getting good stuff. So that thing that Falco keeps dropping on top of is actually a energy and weapon energy, I guess, capsule thing. Okay, this fight is probably the worst in the refights, just because he can he actually has an AI this time. So when you're trying to take him out with two Z-Saber slashes, but if he can use his invincibility charge on you, that cannot be negated without his weakness.
Sven donated $25. Just saying, Mega Man hype!
Hype.
So Tunnel Rhino's AI, I believe, changes in the refights. Like he shoots those drills way too much. Like you probably never even seen him do that in the when you first fought him. But it just the frequency goes so high in the refights. So if you watch the Seahorse fight, he exploited his invincibility frames. This is no different.
Oh, Falco.
Get in there, dude. Get in there.
I don't know if you got hit the same frame. Yeah, you may have got hit the same frame you like tried to slash. But that's okay, he can try again.
That has never happened before. I got it.
So we may talk about how Neon Tiger will block any charged projectiles that come at him. I believe Z-Saber is also part of that. So you just basically bait him. So coming up is the boss of this end stage. Oh, that's actually a very hard laser to dodge. Coming up is the basically mastermind or whatever. But when you have the Z-Saber, you can fortunately just kill him using his regenerative abilities against him. Anytime you fire in this fight, and he's not doing a attack animation, he'll take your damage and re-heal himself. And that damage boost. So right there, he kind of tried to slash and got hit at the same time. Now you're still okay, Falco. You're good. But when he is down to health where an attack will kill him, or put his health below his minimum, you can actually kill him before he gets a chance to regenerate, since his health would drop to that, and it just can't restore itself when it's at 0.
It's almost there, Falco. Then you can play melee, homie.
Oh wow!
Wow.
I've actually never seen a
Straight
Z-Saber
hype?
jump into a gap jump.
Good pose.
So this is Captain America Sigma.
Shield throw, shield throw.
Very nice fight.
It's not over. It's not over.
So Captain America Sigma is a very set fight. It has no RNG. But coming up is the worst fight in the game, and that is
Big Sick.
Yeah.
very nice fight.
It's not time yet.
Not done yet. So I'll yell time whenever it comes. Now, just because you beat him doesn't mean you actually beat the game. There's one last test, and that's wireframe Sigma from X2.
What was it?
Oh, shoutouts to Pi for dying in this part in his blind race.
So even though Falco has
That's
lost
time.
control,
No,
there
not yet.
is a second.
Now you wanna-
Well, hold on.
Are you doing RTA?
Yes.
Okay.
Now.
Time.
Either way it works.
Oh
Wow.
my!
Wow.
Is that a PB? How close? Really good though. That's a really good marathon run of X3.
Yeah, X3 any is already in itself like not a very marathon safe category, but Falco did it justice.
Thanks, Caleb.
Thanks, Caleb.
So yeah, very good run, Falco. That is like just speedrunning my favorite game. Like I'm happy to be here.
I wish he felt the same.
Yeah, I wish. I wish everybody felt the same as me.
Oh, good victory music though.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Congrats.
Did it?
That was ThatAintFalco for Mega Man X3. Awesome run, dude. And congrats on such a good time. Well, that will do it for the Mega Man block. Up next, we have the awful games done quick block. Some truly terrible games. We'll get beat really fast. The first three of those are going to be Rokeman X, Totally Rad, and Floating Runner. So definitely stay tuned for those. Looks like we are going to be going to a commercial, so we'll be back in a moment. Is the next host around? That was I don't know. That's supposed to be. Yeah. Or maybe it's. Are you the next host? Yeah. All right, welcome back. You are watching AGDQ 2015, Awesome Games Done Quick. Upcoming, we have the Awful Games Done Quick segment of the marathon, which should be great. If you don't know what you're watching, Awesome Games Done Quick is a yearly marathon held in January, one of the Games Done Quick marathons, for the benefit of the Prevent Cancer Foundation. The money raised by AGDQ is enabling the Prevent Cancer Foundation to continue its tradition of forming partnerships to bring free cancer screening and educational programs, both nationally and internationally. The foundation is currently working to develop a vaccination campaign with a global service organization that has 1.2 million members in 30,000 chapters in 200 countries. This vaccination campaign is to reduce the 600,000 cancer cases and more than 250,000 deaths related to cancer caused by human papillomavirus. Awesome Games Done Quick itself is basically speedruns featuring members of the Speed Demos Archive and Speedruns Live communities. Speed Demos Archive proudly hosts speedruns of over 1,000 games with forums containing speedrunning, planning, and marathon discussions. Speed Demos Archive welcomes gamers old and new alike. You can follow them on Twitter at SDA Speedruns and visit the website at speeddemosarchive.com. And then Speedruns Live is the best site to race video games online against other players of all skill levels. They're also hosting a short series of races starting on January 17th titled Get Yourself Speedrunning. You can go visit their front page at speedrunslive.com for more information and to watch a variety of speedrun streams. For more information about this Games Done Quick marathon, you can follow at Games Done Quick on Twitter and see information about the event on gamesdonequick.com. It's also where you can donate. In the upcoming segments, we do have a prize. If you donate at least $5 during between Rokeman X and Beethoven Second, you will be entered to receive the Beethoven Deluxe prize pack. So take a look at that on gamesdonequick.com. Keep in mind, there's other ways to support the Prevent Cancer Foundation. If you just subscribe on Twitch, all of the money that we receive goes straight to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Also, make sure you check out the Humble Bundle. We have partnered with humblebundle.com. You can pay what you want for up to 9 games, a Twitch Turbo subscription, a subscription to XSplit Premium, and exclusive merchandise, all while supporting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. That's humblebundle.com.